This is a guide to completing all the challenges in the Hunter and Hunted mission. Whilst you're completing the different challenges, I suggest you play on the normal difficulty, which is the lowest difficulty that you can complete challenges on. And once you've done all that, you have to do a purist difficulty run to get the most amount of score out of this mission. To complete Chameleon, you have to get all the outfits in this area, or the disguises. So the best one is, first is in the first part of the mission is take out this police officer, and then you can take the police officer uniform, which will get you the first part of the Chameleon challenge done. The next is the bartender outfit. You can just go into the bathroom in the Vixen Club and there'll be a guy looking away and you can just take his disguise. And the second to last is just sitting on a table in the store area, and the last is in the Chinese New Year area, and it's sort of in the back corner of the area. For the suit only challenge, you just have to get through the entire mission in the suit only. So I'll just show you a few highlight clips of the different things that you have to watch out for in the different areas, and I also put a note on the screen of where the different areas are that I'm showing you. And there's a few things you just have to remember that make it harder or easier, but it's very, very similar to how I completed all of these on the purist difficulty. And if you need a detailed guide, just follow those purist guides. There'll be links to those in the description and also at the end, instead of actually which will explain this in much more detail. Well, one thing that is different is you have to take out this store clerk sitting in the corner, because he's going to detect you, but the rest is pretty self-explanatory and the same up until the last part. Actually, in the loading area you can just shoot your way through. There's not even score here. There aren't that many police officers. So in the Chinese New Year I just decided to shoot the targets, because otherwise it would take way too long, and I just couldn't be bothered doing it any other way. Shoot all the 3 targets, which are around the area on the mini-map. Once you've done that, you're going to have to go and hide and make sure you don't get spotted whilst you are in here, and eventually they will stop being aggressive and start searching. For the private dance challenge, you have to eliminate Don Osmond whilst he's previewing a lap dance, I suppose, testing out a new employee, I don't know. So get the bartender outfit or the guard outfit, and then go into this back area of the sort of, I don't know what to call this area, but that is a one-way mirror, and as soon as they're sort of doing their little thing, you have to shoot both of them. Make sure you've picked up this silenced rifle gun, which is in an earlier part, and then hide both the bodies in the dumpster, in the crate back there. And the last part of this is you just have to escape the area. Just use instinct where you have to, and then it shouldn't be a problem at all. For the Schadenfreude challenge, you have to kill Don Osmond using a disco ball, I suppose. So get the I don't know what they call bartenders, no, I don't think so. Bouncers, I don't know, get the bouncer out of it, and also pick up the key card, because you're going to need it to access an area. Now, when you are going around in the Vixen Club and you are getting detected, just use instinct so you don't get detected. Go over to the disco ball area, unlock the door, and go in here. You're going to have to take out this other staff member, because otherwise he's going to be a nuisance as he sort of patrols up and down. You actually have to wait quite a while in this area. You can just hide the body. You don't even have to do that. There's no one that comes down here. And then the next thing you have to do is wait for Don Osmond to actually get into this area. Just wait on the mini-map, and eventually he shows up, and then you can spin the disco ball once he is stationary, and that will get you the challenge completed. For the Moment of Bliss challenge, you have to eliminate one of the targets. I think it's Bill Doyle. No, I'm not 100% sure who it is. So reattach the wire. You have to kill him by whilst he's relieving himself with electricity. So hook up the wire, eventually he'll show up. It's actually Larry Clay, and once he's started, just pull the lever, and then he will die by what, electricity, and then you will have completed I've already completed one part of the cleaning up in Chinatown, and then you also have completed the Moment of Bliss challenge. To complete the Fire Him challenge, you have to get into this sort of different area of the map and use a bottle to get yourself in there, and then wait for a police officer to do that and sabotage the fuel pump, and eventually Frank Owens will show up, talk on the phone, and flick a cigarette into the petrol and then burn himself. I've already completed this challenge, so it's not going to pop up, but that's how you do it, in case you haven't completed the challenge. The X marks the spot challenge requires you to drop a heavy weight on Larry Clay. To do that, just wait for him to show up underneath that suspended crate, the suspended pallet with stones on it. Once he's next to it, just shoot it and it'll drop on him, and then you will have completed the X marks the spot challenge. For the Bad Lieutenant challenge, you have to go into this air ventilation shaft and go through it to the other side. What you have to do for it is you have to pick up Birdie's file so that a police officer shoots him rather than you actually take him out yourself. So whilst they're talking, eventually they'll turn around. Once they've done that, you can take Birdie's file and then once they've turned around again, you're going to have to get behind this wall here, otherwise they'll detect you. And after a little while they start arguing, they don't know where Birdie's file is, and then eventually Bill Doyle will pull a gun on that guy and then he will die. This will complete you the Bad Lieutenant challenge, and it will also complete the Cleaning Up in Chinatown, which is that you complete the 4 different ways of accident killing the targets in this area. For the next 3 challenges, you're going to need the katana, so that's where it is, and underneath the tattoo shop. So wait for, this is what is his name? I don't know what is Larry Clay. Wait for him in the dumpster, and once he's just drive him through with that sword, and you've completed Swordplay Part 1. Swordplay Part 2 requires you to get the katana again, and then eliminate this guy. I keep forgetting his name, in the same way that you did in the first part. Now in the first part you didn't really have to stay undetected because, well, it's only one guy, how can you be detected? But in this part you have to stay undetected, so make sure you hide the body after you've done that and you've completed the first part of Swordplay Part 2. The next guy that I'm going to get is the guy that goes into this different part of the area. Throw a bottle there to distract the police officer. You can get in and then wait for Frank Owens to have walked past and come back again, and then you can get him from behind. You do have to get a fair way away from the police officers, otherwise they'll detect you. Now to get out of the area, there's a sort of metal pipe on the wall to the right there. Just throw it over the sort of stuff that's piled up in the middle, and then you will be able to sneak out. The last guy, just wait in this sort of cellar area, and eventually he'll come down here, and then when he's turned his back, just get him with the sword. And once you've done that, you will have completed the second part of the Swordplay challenge. And yeah, once you've hidden the body, it'll unlock. The third part of Swordplay requires you to do it in the chipmunk outfit. I've already showed you how to get the chipmunk outfit. It's in the sort of back area, actually near this back alley. There's like a police officer guarding, you can just get it. And doing all of this is exactly the same as with this suit, or just before. You just have to wear the chipmunk. I didn't find it was any different. You have to distract the same guys, you still have to do the same things, but this time you'll actually be able to be detected by the police officers and also by the cooks in the different area. And actually found this guy standing there already, and I just attacked him. So you have to be quick about getting this last guy, and once you've hidden the body, you will have completed the third part of Swordplay. To get the most amount of score out of this mission, you're going to have to complete each part of the mission on the purest difficulty. Doing that, you're going to complete the evidence collector challenge, which is that you pick up the evidence in the Courtyard, the Vixen Club, the derelict building, the convenience store, the loading area. Although I didn't specifically pick up the evidence in that guide, it is in the room on a table before you get into the room with the exit in it. And the Chinese New Year area. The Infiltrator challenge requires you to complete each part of this mission without being spotted. The Dominator challenge requires you to eliminate Doyle without being detected and hide his body. Fire Sale requires you to set off the fireworks in the convenience store. Two Rights Make a Right requires you to kill the second target or one of the targets before he can shoot a cook. And Damage Control requires you to complete the mission. That's all it is. And after you've completed all the different challenges, you're going to unlock the Mastery Challenge. After you've completed all the challenges and did your purest run, you can expect 741,751 score from this mission. That's 20,700 from the Courtyard, 269,963 from the Vixen Club, 17,250 from the dressing rooms, 20,700 from the derelict building, 20,700 from the convenience store, and 392,438 from the Chinese New Year area. So, there you go. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time.